Scene 1. Introduction to Learning. During a workplace training session, a manager welcomes the team and introduces the topic of learning in the workplace. The trainer explains what learning is and breaks down three main types: cognitive, associative, and observational learning. As the discussion unfolds, one employee mentions they have been facing challenge with solving work-related problems and asks how cognitive learning could help improve their thinking process. Another employee brings up the company's reward system and asks if receiving incentive for good performance is an example of associative learning. The manager then shares practical workplace examples to explain how each type of learning applies on the job.
Assalamualaikum everyone. So I hope everyone is doing well today. We're gonna proceed with our agenda for today, which is learning in the workplace. So who's going to talk about this topic first?
I'll be handling this topic from now. Thank you everyone for attending this meeting, and today I'll try my best to explain more deeply about what learning is. So first and foremost, there's three types of way to learn, which is cognitive, associative, and behavioral learning. So first, I'll explain about what is cognitive learning. So anyone have an idea on what is cognitive learning?
I do have a question. Is it about memorizing?
Based on my research, not exactly memorizing. It's about we think and analyze about what we are going to learn. It's not like history or geography where we need to memorize all these things. It's about we thinking about it like mathematics. We use our brain to think and analyze on what is the step is on how we're going to solve the question. There's no specific way or a fixed way for us to gain the answer to it. Hence why we are going to think about it, and that is cognitive learning. So do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to continue next about the associative learning. And have anyone any question about it?
I have a question. I have a problem on understanding complex problems lately. So how can cognitive learning able to help this problem that I'm facing?
That's a great question. So this is exactly when you should use cognitive learning, because it's about understanding and thinking about the problem instead of we just blindly get the answer to it. It's about understanding why, so you can solve the problem efficiently. Get it?
Get it? Yeah.
That's why it could help us so much, because when we do cognitive learning, we are thinking outside the box instead inside the box. So everyone is okay with this topic so far?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good explanation.
So that's an interesting topic for sure. I've noticed that our company uses a reward system such as giving bonuses for good performance for employees. Is that kind of a learning tool?
Yes, this is what we call associative learning, because this happens when employees are rewarded when doing something good, and this will help the employee to think that they are doing something good, and they're going to tend to repeat it, the same action that they have done. So that's what we call associative learning. So anyone have a question so far?
This method, when we learn from other students, such as our mentor, when we are doing our job.
Yes, to continue my agenda, that's observational learning, because we learn from others, or we watch others. If they do something correctly, we are tend to follow the things that they done. If they did things incorrectly and get punished, we won't do the same thing. That is what we call behavioral learning. So we're gonna learn from others' mistakes. That is the benefits of behavioral learning. So I think that's all for me. We are deeply explain about the way of learning. So thank you very much for everyone who hear this, and thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for such a very impressive presentation about learning. I hope we are able to implement this behavior in the workplace. So everyone may dismiss. Thank you.
Thank you.
Scene 2. Personality. During a workplace workshop, the human resource manager introduced the topic of personality and its impact on workplace behavior. The human resource representative explained that personality is shaped by both genetic and environment and highlighted by the big 5 personality traits. To bring this idea to life, the group employee take part in a role play during a simulated team meeting, each demonstrating different traits like openness, conscientiousness, and agreeableness. After the activity, the employee reflect on their own personality and discuss how their traits affect the way they interact, solve problems, and contribute to the team.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today we will learn something about like we decide how we communicate and also work together, which is personality. Our personality are shaped around both genetics and our environment. And I would say they play a huge role in workplace behavior.
Personality is such an open saying. Is there any different types of personality that should affect our working?
Yes, most definitely. There are the thing that psychologists call the big 5 personality traits, which include openness, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and also the neuroticism. Openness is about how open you are to new experiences and also ideas. Conscientiousness is a highly conscientious people that are responsible, dependable, persistent, and also organized. Extroversion is an extrovert that are people who is sociable, gregarious, and assertive, while introverts are reserved, timid, and also quiet individuals. So the next one is agreeableness, which is a highly agreeable where people are cooperative, warm, and also trustworthy. No agreeable people are both disagreeable and also empathetic. So the last one is neuroticism, where people with positive emotional stability are calm, have high self-confidence, and also secure. People with high negative scores are always nervous, anxious, depressed, and also insecure.
I see what you mean. So if we able to identify our personality, it able to help us with knowing what we can help in the team.
Employee high conscientiousness who like to plan things out and stay on schedule. Is that will help the work environment?
Exactly. For conscientious people, we often together to help in detail-oriented tasks, and extroverted workers who are good and lead meetings and networking, so we can able to use the strength of others to benefit all of us mutually. So that's all from me. Thank you very much, everyone.
As you seen, I hope we could all benefit from this presentation and also to recognize and respect others' strength and weakness and calibrate more efficiently.
Scene 3. Shaping behaviors. In a team meeting, focus on improving performance. A manager talks to the team about how behaviors can be shaped through reinforcement and punishment. The manager explains the difference between positive reinforcement like praising or rewarding punctuality, negative reinforcement, removing an obstacle when behavior improves, and punishment, addressing repeat tardiness and poor performance. To put this into action, the team members turns role-playing different situations where the manager responds to employee behavior using this technique. After the role play, the group discusses what worked, what did, and how these strategies can influence motivation and performance in the workplace.
Hello team, thank you for coming to our meeting. We will focusing on the key part of team development, which is shaping behaviors in the workplace. In other words, how we can encourage and reinforce positive habits that improve performance.
Can behaviors really be shaped? Isn't it a part of someone's personality?
That's a great question. While personality does influence behavior, many workplace habits are shaped through learning over time. For example, when we provide regular feedback or reward good performance, we are actively shaping behavior.
I have a question. It sounds like an employee who are working on time or hitting sales target. Is it like that? Or is it different?
Exactly. This concept comes from behavioral psychology, particularly operant conditioning. It involves using reinforcement and punishment increase or decrease specific behaviors. For example, giving someone extra training after repeat mistake is a form of corrective feedback, which can be seen as negative reinforcement or even punishment depending on the context.
Oh, I remember when we launched the employee recognition program. Is this can set as an example for the thing that you're mentioning right now?
Yes, that's a great real-world example. Public recognition program is a powerful resource. When people feel valued, they are more likely to repeat the behavior that got them noticed.
Yes, I also agree on the employee recognition program.
Shaping behavior isn't about controlling people. It's about creating an environment that supports growth. When we reward the right actions that give constructive feedback, we will help each other succeed as a team. So, that's all from me. Thank you everyone for coming this meeting. I hope we will meet each other in another meeting. Thank you. Thank you.
Scene 4. Perception and judgment about others. During a team meeting, to address a recent conflict, the manager invited the team to discuss how misunderstanding can happen due to different perceptions. The human resource representative explained the factors like past experience, culture, and the situation itself can shape how we see others. They also introduce attribution theory and highlight common biases, such as jumping to conclusion or stereotyping. To explore this further, the employee role-play a scenario where a misperception leads to tension between two colleagues, followed by a discussion on how the misunderstanding is cleared up. After the role play, the team reflect on how perceptions are formed and shares strategies for reducing bias and improving communication at work.
Good morning, everyone. It seems that we have an internal conflict between our member, and it seems that we need to address this issue due to disrupt our working environment and make it uncomfortable for some people.
So today meeting will be about how our perception influence workplace communication.
Our past experience and culture affect our perception on others, and this could heavily affect our workplace environment because what the culture shapes us to be is what it's often into stereotyping, and this is definitely not good for our company. And that's hence we need to solve this problem right now. So may I know what's your problem?
Yesterday he ignored me completely when we are on way to our meeting room, and I assume that he have an issue with me.
So that's happening.
Yeah.
So have you any explanation for this?
I'm really sorry you felt that way. I was really mentally unavailable yesterday due to my pet just died right before going to work. So I'm not really in the mood for any interaction. So I'm really sorry.
This is what I was saying before. This is the exact prime example of misconception. You expect him being rude to you, but you don't know the backstory of what happened to him in the morning. So this is why you cannot judge someone just because on the way they did this for one time, for one single time. And it's better for us not to judge someone blindly without knowing their feelings and their emotion. You know how bad he is? That's bad. That's wrong of you. Do better. Seriously.
I'm glad everything have worked out between both of you eventually, and I hope everyone can take note and set that as example to not perceive someone else blindly based on what you believe, and see without talking, see the whole story. Alright?
Okay. Right before we end this meeting, I think it's only right for you both of you to apologize to each other on what you have done inside. So, please.
So I'm really sorry for the misconception. Okay, but I'm really sorry because I'm really happy.
It's okay. That's good. So we can leave it now. So thank you very much for both of you for being cooperative, and that's all. Thank you.
Scene 5. Decision making. In a team meeting, to tackle a critical business decision, the manager introduces the decision making process and explains the step-by-step approach of rational decision making. The human resource representative then discusses bounded rationally and intuitive decision making, highlighting the differences between using structured analysis versus relying on good feelings or limited information. The team members will play a scenario where they apply both rational and intuitive approach to make a key decision. Afterward, they analyze the process, discussing the advantage and disadvantage of each approach and how they might affect the outcomes of future business decisions.
Good morning, everyone. Good evening to all of you. So, then there's a problem that we can solve currently at the moment. We, as a group, need to make a decision on our new product that we are going to release in probably around a month or two. So, it is basically in the near future. It's very close. So, before we start this meeting, there's something that there's someone I want to speak about. So, I invite the HR manager to briefly explain about approaches that is in this meeting, so we as a group collectively can perform well for this product to advance to the new standard of product. So maybe we split it out.
Thank you, sir, for the kind invitation. There's two main approach of decision making. So, firstly, there's a boundary rationality, which is instead of searching for the perfect option, we opted towards the good enough option. So we don't always access to all the data, often decide quickly.
While for intuitive decision making, its non-conscious process create out of experience and based on individual instinct instead of known facts and idea which there is no proof, because it's often we feel pressure to act quickly and high uncertainty towards the answer.
I must thank you both because you have given a very good, even though it's very brief explanation, but I want to say it's very good, very original, and I'm very thankful for both of you. So I hope you all have understand. And now I'll invite both to two teams to see either which process is the best and the most efficient to release our product. So we will see after the result, and everyone may dismiss. So, assalamualaikum everyone, we are back here again to see the process that you have both done. I expect you have done a very great job. So, I want to hear about the process for bond rationality first. So, now,
So for bounded rationality process, our decision is that perfect. But it is the minimum requirement goals, and also we often take note of what limit us, and we shall try to overcome this issue next time.
that's very good. And I hope you can overcome the problem, and I will see the update after this. And for intuition decision process,
While for intuition, because we have not followed any facts and data, but based on our intuition, we believe that this is the best way to release our product in the public, and I can measure this is the best way for it.
nice one. Yes. So you've done a very good job, exceptional job for both of you. So I'm very, very happy with you and very proud of you both teams. And now I shall make a truly decision on to see what is the best decision process to release our product. Is it intuition or body shaping? So thank you both of you. And now we may dismiss. Thank you very much. Yeah, let's go.